Sing Your Way to English. Fun songs for better learning. Introduction. Learning English can sometimes feel like a big climb. You might have tried to memorize many words or found grammar rules confusing. Learning a new language can be hard, and it's easy to feel like giving up. You want to speak English well for trips, jobs, or to talk to more people, but it's not always clear how to do it, or it can seem boring. What if there was a way to make learning English not just easier, but also fun? Think about this. You hear a song you like, and soon you are singing along without even trying. The words and phrases stay in your mind, like magic. That's what music does. We all like music. It makes us feel things, and we remember it well. This book will show you how to use that power. We think learning English should not be a difficult task. It can be a happy experience, and music is your best friend for this journey. We call this way of learning English with music. It's a simple and smart idea. Using songs and music makes learning English much easier and more fun. Think about it. When you hear a word in a song, especially one you like, you remember it better than if you just read it. The music helps the new words go into your memory. Songs also teach you common English phrases that people use every day, not just words from books. And when you sing along, you practice saying English words the right way. You learn to hear the sounds and say them, which is great for your speaking. This shows that learning can be something you enjoy. So get ready to explore a new way to learn English. This book will help you. It has fun songs to help you learn new words, understand common phrases, and speak better. We will look at different songs and explain the words, phrases, and sounds so you can learn them easily. You don't need to be a singer or a musician. You just need to be happy and willing to sing along. Let's start this exciting journey together and sing your way to speaking English with more confidence. 1. Learning English with songs. Learning English with songs is like finding a special key that opens up a new world of understanding and speaking. It's not just about remembering words. It's about feeling them, singing them, and making them a part of you. Think about it. When you hear a song you love, you can usually remember every single word, right? That's the power of music, and we can use that same power to learn English. Let's look closely at how this works and why it's so good. We call this method learning English with music, and it makes learning feel less like work and more like fun. One of the best ways to learn any new language is to build a big collection of words. Songs are great for this. Imagine trying to learn 50 new English words. It can feel like climbing a very tall mountain, right? Your brain might get tired, and it's hard to remember what each word means. Now, imagine hearing those 50 words in a catchy song. The tune makes them flow. The beat helps them stick. And when you hear a word many times in the main part of the song, your brain starts to notice it. It's like the song is gently tapping you, saying, "Hey, remember this word." For example, a song about friends might use words like together, share, laugh, and care. You don't just see these words on paper, you hear them sung with feeling. When the singer sings, we'll always be together. The tune and the feeling behind the words make together much easier to remember and understand. The story of the song about friends also helps you understand the meaning. You learn not just the word itself, but how it's used in a real, emotional situation. This is much better than looking up together in a dictionary and seeing a boring explanation. The song gives the word life. Now, let's think about how songs use phrases and common sayings. English has many common phrases that don't always mean exactly what the single words say. These are called idioms. For example, if someone says it's a piece of cake, they don't mean they are talking about real cake. They mean something is very easy. Learning these idioms can be hard, but songs often use them in a natural way. A song might say, "Don't worry, this test will be a piece of cake." When you hear this, you learn the idiom piece of cake and what it means easy at the same time in the story of a song about school or a challenge. You hear it sung, perhaps with a confident or reassuring voice. This helps you understand not just the words, but the feeling and the purpose behind the phrase. You start to learn how people who speak English all the time really talk, not just the formal way you might find in a book. This makes your English sound more natural and helps you understand conversations better. It's like getting a special look at everyday English. Besides just words and phrases, songs are also amazing teachers for how to say things. When you listen to a singer, you hear English that is very clear. You hear how they move their mouth to make certain sounds, how their voice goes up and down intonation, and the natural rhythm of their speech. When you sing along, you are practicing these sounds. You are trying to copy how the singer says them. Think about the difference between reading the word beautiful and singing it in a song. You might hear the singer stretch out the bow tie full sound, or put more stress on certain parts. By trying to sing it the same way, you are training your tongue and your mouth to make those sounds correctly. This practice is very important. It helps you sound more like a native speaker and makes it easier for others to understand you. It's like having a personal singing teacher available whenever you want to practice. The more you sing, the more your mouth gets used to the English sounds and the more sure you feel when speaking. Grammar, the rules for how we put sentences together, can sometimes feel a bit boring. But in songs, grammar becomes interesting. Songs are full of complete sentences, showing you how verbs are used, how time works tenses, and how questions are formed. You're not just studying grammar rules, you're hearing them used in real sentences, sung with rhythm and music. For example, a song might have a line like, "Yesterday, I walked to the park." You hear the past tense word walked. Then in another song, you might hear, "Tomorrow, I will walk to the park." You hear the future tense will walk. By hearing these different tenses used in their natural place, your brain starts to understand the patterns without you even trying hard. You begin to learn the grammar without having to memorize complicated tables. The repetition in songs is key here. Hearing "I walked" and "I will walk" many times in different songs helps these sentence structures become familiar and easy for you to use. It's like your brain is absorbing the grammar naturally, but in a fun, musical way. Perhaps the most important good thing about learning English with songs is how it makes you want to keep going. Learning a new language can be hard work. There will be days when you feel tired or sad. But songs offer a strong way to fight this. They are naturally fun and interesting. When you are singing along to a song you like, you're not thinking about how hard English is. You are lost in the music, and the learning happens almost without you knowing it. This enjoyment is very important. It makes you want to keep learning. It makes you want to learn more. If you are having fun, you are more likely to practice often, listen to English more, and feel good about how you are doing. Imagine Sarah, a student from Italy. She found learning English very hard at first. She could understand some things, but speaking felt impossible. Then she found a song by an American singer that she really loved. She listened to it every day. She sang along even if she didn't know all the words. Slowly, she started to learn new words. She began to understand the story of the song. She found herself humming the tunes and singing the phrases even when she wasn't actively studying. Sarah told me, "This song was like my little secret friend. It didn't judge me. It just sang with me. And because I loved the music, I didn't even feel like I was studying. But I was. I was learning so much without even trying hard." The more she sang, the more confident she became. She started trying to use the phrases she learned from the song in her English classes. Her teachers saw a big change. Her pronunciation got better, and she was much more willing to speak. For Sarah, that one song was a turning point. It showed her that learning English could be an exciting adventure, not a difficult task. The way a song is put together helps us learn a lot. Think about the parts of a song: the verses, the chorus, and the bridge. The chorus is usually the part that is sung the most. This repeating is a great gift for people learning a language. When the main idea or important words are in the chorus, you hear them again and again. This constant repeating makes those words and phrases very easy to remember. It's like the song is giving you a special highlight of the most important parts. The verses often tell a story or give more details. This lets you learn many different words and sentence styles. You get to follow a story, which makes learning more interesting. The bridge can offer a change, maybe introducing a slightly different idea or a more difficult thought, which can challenge you and help you grow even more. This difference in song structure means you are always hearing English in different ways, keeping your brain active and your learning lively. There are also special good things for your brain that happen when you listen to music. When you listen to and sing songs, you use many parts of your brain. Music uses parts of your brain that help with memory, feelings, and finding patterns. This experience that uses many senses helps to create stronger connections in your brain. It's like building a stronger road for English words and phrases to travel in your brain. Your memory gets better because the feeling you have with the music makes the information more important and easier to remember. Finding patterns helps you understand grammar rules and the rhythm of the language. It's a complete way of learning that regular methods often can't do. So, we have seen how songs can be your own English teacher, teaching you words, phrases, and even how to sound more like a native speaker, all while you are having fun. Now that we understand how individual songs can help, let's learn how to pick the best songs for your learning. Journey 2. Building vocabulary through music. Sometimes, learning new words feels hard, like trying to hold water in a net. You hear a word, try to keep it, but it slips away. This can be annoying. Old ways of learning words, like long lists or flashcards, can feel like a chore. They are useful, but they don't always show how words are used in real life. They can feel a bit alone. But what if learning words could be fun, like a party instead of schoolwork? What if words could easily stick in your mind because you liked the song? This is where music helps us learn words, making our word list grow. Think about it. When you hear a song you love, what happens? The tune stays with you. And with the tune, the words start to play in your head. Your brain naturally picks up the beat and the language. Music makes words feel alive and easy to remember. Let's see how songs help you learn words. One big reason words learned through songs are helpful is the situation they give you. Imagine learning the word happy. If you just see it on a card, it's just a meaning. You know it means feeling good. But in a song, happy might be sung with a smile, showing a feeling of pure joy on a sunny day, or being excited to see someone you like. The music, the singer's voice, and the other words paint a picture. They show you when and how to use happy. This makes the word more than just a meaning. It becomes a feeling, a memory, part of a story. Think about the song Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles. It's a great song for a reason. It uses simple, nice words. When you hear, "Here comes the sun," and I say it's alright, you don't just learn sun and alright. You learn the feeling of relief and happiness after a hard time. You learn that here comes means something is arriving. The song creates a scene, the end of a cold winter, the warmth coming back, and feeling peaceful. All these new words and phrases are wrapped in a feeling of hope. You're not just memorizing sun, you're connecting it to warmth, light, and a positive feeling. This brings us to another strong way songs help, saying things again and again. Have you noticed how the parts that stick in songs are repeated? They are sung again. This is not just for fun, it's great for learning. When a word or a phrase is sung many times, especially in the catchy part, it stays in your brain. It's like a gentle, musical tap saying, "Remember me." Think of a song like Twinkle, Twinkle Little Star. It's simple but very good for people learning. Saying twinkle over and over helps people remember the word and understand it means a soft, flickering light. The phrase "how I wonder what you are" is repeated, reinforcing the question and the feeling of wanting to know. This constant, gentle repeating with a pleasant sound makes words stick much better than seeing them once in a book. The music itself helps you remember, but it's not just about hearing words. It's about how we feel when we hear them. Music can deeply connect with our feelings. When a song makes you feel happy, excited, or a little sad, those feelings act like super glue for your memory. This is a big part of learning with music. Words learned when you feel something strongly are much more likely to be remembered. Imagine you're learning words about traveling. A song about a big trip, with exciting music and a strong chorus, can make words like journey, explore, discover, and wanderlust feel exciting and something you want to do. You don't just learn what wanderlust means, you feel a strong wish to experience it. This feeling connects the word to you, making it more meaningful and unforgettable. The feeling sticks with the word, which is a powerful way to build a strong word list. Also, songs often use more than one sense, which is great for learning. They combine sound music and singing with possible pictures, music videos, words shown on a screen. This way of learning by seeing and hearing works for different types of learners. Some people remember best by hearing, others by seeing. Songs offer both. When you watch a music video, you see the singer acting out the words, which gives you visual clues that help you understand the meaning of the words. For example, if a song uses the word leap, and you see the singer jump high in the video, the action helps you understand the word's meaning. This experience using different senses creates a stronger, more lasting memory of new words. And let's not forget about the tricky, but important, parts of English, special phrases and phrasal verbs. These are groups of words where the meaning is not clear from the single words. For example, kick the bucket doesn't mean to hit a pail with your foot. It means to die. Learning these can be hard, but songs often use these special phrases in a natural, everyday way. Think of the phrase "it's raining cats and dogs." A song might use this to describe very heavy rain. When you hear it during a storm, you can guess its meaning. Or take a song that uses a phrasal verb like give up. If the words are about not quitting when things are hard, like don't give up, keep trying hard, you understand. That give up means to stop trying. Songs show you these special phrases in a smooth, natural way, making them less scary and much easier to use yourself when you speak. It's like learning a secret code to sound more like someone who grew up speaking English, all through a catchy song. Now, let's think about how a song is put together and how that specifically helps you remember words better than reading a list. A list of words is still, it's a group of items, often shown without a story or a feeling. Your brain has to work hard to make connections. Songs, however, are always moving. They have parts that tell a story or describe a situation, and a main part that often sums up that main idea or feeling. This structure naturally guides you through the words. In the story parts, you might find new words in certain situations. For example, a part could describe someone feeling lonely and sad, maybe sitting by a window and watching the rain. Then, the main part might come in with a more general message of hope, perhaps using the words smile or bright. The difference between the words in the story part and the main part helps you understand the small differences in meaning. The repeating of the main part then strongly reinforces the key words and the main idea. This planned repeating, built into a story or a feeling, is much better for memory than a random list. It's like building a house, where each brick word has its place and purpose in the whole building. Let me tell you a short story to show this. My friend, Maria, came to study English from Spain. She was very smart, but learning words was her biggest challenge. She would spend hours with dictionaries and word lists, but the words just wouldn't stick. She told me, "Melody, it's like my brain is a sieve. The words go in, but they don't stay." She felt very sad. One day she found a simple folk song. It was about a farmer planting seeds. The song repeated phrases like plant the seed, water with care, and watch it grow. It also introduced words like soil, sunlight, sprout, and harvest. Because the song told a story, and the words were repeated in a nice rhythm, Maria found herself humming it all day. The next day, when she tried to think of the word for to put a seed in the ground, the phrase plant the seed came to her mind, along with the gentle tune. She remembered the word sprout because the song described the small plant coming out of the soil. Suddenly, words that were just ideas became real pictures and actions. She started looking for songs about things she liked: cooking, traveling, friendship. Her words grew, not from endless practice, but from the simple joy of listening and singing along. She told me later, "It wasn't like studying at all. It was like the words came to visit me, and they decided to stay because they were having a good time." This experience shows how songs can introduce us to specific kinds of words. For example, a song about food. You might hear words like delicious, savory, sweet, spicy, recipe, ingredients, and cook. If the song is about a busy market, you might also learn fresh, ripe, bargain, and vendor. The situation is everything. A song about a romantic meal might introduce candlelight, wine, dessert, and cozy. The words are specific to the topic, and the music's mood helps you understand the feeling connected to that topic. Another great example is a song about a trip. Think of a song that makes you feel like you're driving on the open road. You might learn words like highway, miles, destination, adventure, freedom, and horizon. The music itself might be fast and strong, matching the feeling of the trip. You learn not just the words, but the spirit of the trip. This makes the words more powerful and easier to remember when you need them. When we are learning English, we want words that are useful, words we can actually use when we talk. Songs are full of these everyday words and phrases. They often don't use strange, academic words. Instead, they use the words people use when they talk, laugh, and connect. By singing along, you are practicing saying these words yourself. You are copying the way they are said, the rhythm, and the tone. This is a very important step in making new words your own. So, you see, building your word list doesn't have to be a hard task done alone. Songs offer a lively, interesting, and very effective way to learn. They give you situations, they repeat words until they feel familiar, they connect with your feelings, they use your senses, and they show you how English flows naturally, including its colorful special phrases. It's a beautiful way to learn, a way that feels less like work and more like a wonderful discovery. Just as songs fill our minds with new words, they also help us understand how those words fit together to make meaningful sentences. In the next part, we will look at how the rhythm and tune of music can help us understand English grammar, making sentence structure feel as easy as a catchy song. 3. Improving pronunciation with tunes. Sometimes, learning English feels like trying to catch a slippery fish. You know the words, you understand the rules, but when you try to speak, something goes wrong. It's like the sounds don't come out right, and you feel a bit shy. This is where music can help a lot, especially with how you say English words. Our book, Sing Your Way to English, is based on an idea called music-assisted language learning. This means we think using songs and music can make learning English much easier and, importantly, much more fun. It helps you remember new words because you hear them many times. It teaches you common phrases. And by singing along, you can practice saying English words correctly, which makes your pronunciation better. Learning doesn't have to be hard, it can be fun. Let's talk about something many English learners find hard: pronunciation. It means making the right sounds, putting them in the right order, and speaking with a natural flow. This is where songs can be your secret helper. Think about it. When you hear a song, it's not just words, it's a whole package of sound. There's a beat, a tune, and a flow. When you sing along, you're not just repeating words, you're naturally learning all these things. One of the best things songs give us is a natural rhythm and tune. English, like any language, has its own music. It has a certain rhythm, a way of stressing words, and a tune that goes up and down as we speak. This is called intonation. For example, when you ask a question, your voice usually goes up at the end, right? Are you happy? The word happy goes up. In statements, it often goes down. I am happy. The word happy goes down. Songs are full of this. When you sing a catchy tune, your voice naturally follows the tune and the rhythm of the words. You're not thinking, now I must raise my voice here, or now I must say this part louder. You're just singing. But your mouth and ears are learning. You're practicing the natural rise and fall of English speech without even trying. This is much better than just reading a book about intonation, which can feel boring and hard to use. Songs make it feel natural. Let's think about someone named Maria. Maria came from a country where the language has a very different rhythm. She found that English words often sounded flat when she spoke them. She knew the words, but they didn't have that English bounce. She loved pop music, so I told her to pick a song she really liked and just sing along. She chose a popular, fast song. At first, she just sang the words as she heard them. But then we started to look closer. We listened carefully to how the singer stressed certain words. For instance, in the line, I'm so happy, 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 the singer repeated happy with a slight upward sound each time, making it sound joyful. Maria started singing it, trying to copy that feeling. She sang it again and again. Soon, she noticed that her own voice was starting to sound more lively when she sang that line. The repeating words in the song, along with the tune, helped her learn the rhythm and intonation patterns of English in a way that just reading the words never could. This leads to another powerful thing about songs: repetition. Songs are made to be remembered, and that means repeating words and phrases. Think about the main part of your favorite song. You probably know it by heart because it's sung many times. This repetition is a treasure for pronunciation practice. If you have trouble with a certain sound, like the th sound in words like think or that, singing a song with those words many times is a great way to train your mouth. Your tongue needs to get used to that little puff of air between your teeth. The first few times you sing it, it might feel strange. But after singing I think that 20 or 30 times in a song, your tongue starts to remember where to go. It's like training a muscle. The more you use it the right way, the stronger and more natural it becomes. Imagine someone named Kenji who had trouble with the difference between the L sound and the R sound in English. In his own language, these sounds are very similar and he often mixed them up. This made words like light sound like right and rice sound like lice. He was getting upset. We found a song that used many words with both L and R sounds, like lovely, rare, really, little, and road. We told Kenji to sing the song slowly at first, focusing on each word. He would stop the song after each line and repeat it, really listening to his own voice and comparing it to the singer's. He sang this song every day for a week. By the end of the week, he noticed a big change. The constant repeating of lovely, rare, really, little, road was teaching his mouth the correct movements. He wasn't just hearing the sounds, he was actively making them, again and again, in a fun way. The song became his personal pronunciation teacher, guiding him patiently. Songs also offer a special chance to copy native speakers. When you sing along to a song, you're not just reading the words, you're trying to sound like the person singing it. This copying or imitating is a very natural and effective way to learn a language. Babies learn their first language by copying the sounds they hear. Singing lets you do this with English. You start to pick up on small details that are hard to explain. For example, how do native speakers connect words? In English, we often join the end of one word to the start of the next. For instance, pick it up might sound like pick it up, or the vowel sound in bed might be slightly different from the vowel sound in bad. When you sing along, you are unconsciously trying to copy these small differences. You're not just saying the words. You're trying to capture the sound of English as spoken by a native singer. This can lead to speaking more naturally and being understood better. Let's think about a specific pronunciation problem, the W sound versus the V sound. Many learners find this difficult. For example, saying wine instead of vine, or very instead of worry. There are many songs that use these sounds often. Think of a song with words like, "We're going to the valley, it's very lovely." When you sing this, you have to make the clear W sound with your lips rounded, and the V sound with your top teeth touching your bottom lip. The tune and rhythm of the song encourage you to say these sounds clearly. You're not just saying "we're going to the valley, it's very lovely" once. You're singing it, maybe the main part repeats, and then another part uses it again. This repeated practice of hearing and making these sounds, guided by the song's structure, makes a big difference. One of the most important benefits of using songs for pronunciation is that they help you stop being afraid to speak. For many people, the idea of speaking English in front of others can be very scary. They worry about making mistakes, sounding foolish, or not being understood. Pronunciation is often a big part of this fear. But when you sing a song, you're in a different kind of place. You're focused on the music, the words, and the joy of singing. It's like you're performing, but it's a performance where mistakes are more easily accepted because you're caught up in the song. This takes away the pressure. You're more likely to try out sounds and try to copy the singer when you're singing than when you're trying to have a serious talk. The song acts as a safe shield, letting you practice pronunciation in a low-risk way. Think about someone named Aisha who felt very worried about her accent. She avoided speaking English whenever she could. I told her to pick a song she loved and sing it in her room, alone, at first. She chose a slow song. She focused on singing the words with feeling. As she sang, she found herself naturally shaping her mouth for the sounds, trying to show the feeling of the song. She wasn't worried about sounding like perfect English. She was worried about singing the song well. This change in focus was very important. She started to enjoy singing, and by doing so, she was practicing her pronunciation. She was shaping her mouth to make the English sounds without the paralyzing fear of being judged. Over time, as she felt more confident singing alone, she started singing with friends. The habit of shaping her mouth for English sounds had already begun, making her feel more comfortable and less afraid to speak. So, how can you actively listen for pronunciation clues in songs? It's more than just singing along without thinking. You need to become a pronunciation detective. First, pay attention to stress. English words have stressed syllables. HAP not happy. Songs often make these stressed syllables stand out with louder notes or longer sounds. Listen to how the singer holds or emphasizes certain parts of words. For example, in the word beautiful, the stress is on bow. When sung, this bow might be sung on a higher note or held longer. Try to copy that emphasis. Second, listen for linking. As we said, native speakers often join words together. The end of one word often flows into the start of the next. In a song, this linking is usually very clear because the singer is trying to make the words flow smoothly. Listen for how words connect. For example, going to often sounds like gonna. In a song, you might hear I'm gonna sing this song. Listen closely to how going to becomes gonna. Try singing it that way. Third, focus on vowel sounds. English has many vowel sounds and they can be tricky. Songs often stretch out vowel sounds, making them easier to hear and identify. If a song has the word love, listen to how the singer shapes their mouth for that sound. Is it a tight sound? Is it open? Try to copy it. For words like see versus sit, the vowel sounds are very different. Songs can help you hear and make these small differences. Let's take an example. Think of the song Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. It's simple, but it has some great pronunciation practice. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Let's look at the TH sound in the end this, and the R sound in star, wonder, R, above, and diamond. When you sing twinkle, twinkle, little star, notice how the R in star is pronounced. It's not just a simple ah sound. Your tongue curls slightly. Now listen to how I wonder what you are. The word R also has that R sound. The song repeats these sounds. When you sing like a diamond in the sky, listen to the I sound in diamond and sky. It's a diphthong, a mix of two vowel sounds. Singing it helps you get that smooth collide from one sound to another. By actively listening for these things, stress, linking, and vowel sounds, while you sing, you change passive singing into active pronunciation practice. You're using the song as a tool, not just for enjoyment, but for real improvement. This is the main idea of music-assisted language learning, turning something you love into a powerful way to learn. It's about making what's hard easy, and the whole process of learning English an adventure. Just as songs help us shape our sounds, they also provide a natural pathway to 4. Understanding idioms and lyrics. Sometimes, when we listen to songs, words are put together in a way that doesn't make much sense if we look at each word alone. This happens because songwriters, like people talking every day, use special phrases called idioms. Learning English with music is a great way to learn these. It means using songs and music to make learning a new language, like English, much easier and more fun. It helps people remember new words because they hear them often in songs. It also teaches them common English phrases, called idioms, which are used in everyday talk. By singing along, people can practice saying English words the right way, making their speaking sound better. This shows that learning can be fun, not just hard. Think about it. English has many colorful phrases. They are like little puzzles. When you solve them, you learn a whole new meaning. Songwriters use idioms a lot. They add feeling, humor, and a special beauty to their songs. They can make a simple idea sound more interesting or strong. For example, when a singer says they are feeling blue, they don't mean their skin is blue. They mean they are feeling sad. Or if a song talks about breaking a leg, it's not wishing someone harm. It's actually wishing them good luck. I remember when I was first learning English, a very long time ago. I loved listening to music, but sometimes the words were confusing. There was one song I really liked, and the singer kept saying they had butterflies in their stomach. My first thought was, oh no, Is the singer sick? Are there real butterflies inside them? It sounded very strange. I imagined tiny butterflies flying around in their tummy. But as I listened more, and as the song talked about seeing someone special, I started to understand. It wasn't about real butterflies. It was about that fluttery, nervous, excited feeling you get when you're a little bit scared, but also very happy, especially when you're around someone you like. The music helped me. The happy, upbeat tune and the loving words of the song gave me clues. I could feel the emotion in the singer's voice. This feeling, this butterflies in my stomach, is an idiom for nervousness and excitement. This is where learning English with music truly shines. Songs are not just random words. They are stories, feelings, and experiences set to music. The melody, the rhythm, the singer's voice, all these things help us understand the meaning of an idiom. When you hear an idiom in a song, you're not just reading a definition in a book. You're experiencing it. The music wraps around the words, giving them a special context that a dictionary can't always give. Let's think about how the music of a song helps us understand these special meanings. Imagine a song that's fast and full of energy. If an idiom is sung with this energy, it might suggest a strong feeling, like anger or excitement. If an idiom is sung slowly and sadly, it probably means something about feeling down or disappointed. The singer's voice is also a big clue. If they sound happy, the idiom is likely used in a good way. If they sound worried, it's probably a negative idiom. For instance, consider the idiom hit the road. Literally, it means to strike the pavement. But in a song, especially one about leaving or traveling, it means to start a journey or to leave a place. If the song has a driving beat and the singer sounds sure, singing "We gotta hit the road now," you can feel the urgency. You understand it means it's time to go. The rhythm of the song matches the meaning of leaving. It's not just about hearing the words "hit the road." It's about feeling the need to move, to start moving, because of the music. Another common idiom you'll find is piece of cake. If a song talks about achieving something and then sings, "It was a piece of cake," you know it means it was very easy. If the song is cheerful and light, the idiom feels natural. You can almost feel how sweet and easy it was, just like eating a delicious slice of cake. The music makes the idea of easy feel pleasant and simple. Songs often repeat phrases, and this repetition is great for learning idioms. When you hear an idiom several times in a song you enjoy, your brain starts to notice it. It becomes familiar. You might not understand it fully the first time, but by the third or fourth time, it starts to make more sense, especially when you pay attention to the story the song is telling. This repeated hearing, along with the emotional connection you have with the music, makes idioms stick in your memory much better than trying to memorize a list from a book. Learning becomes a natural part of enjoying the music. So, how can you become a super idiom detective while listening to your favorite songs? Here are some tips to help you figure out these colorful phrases. First, listen for phrases that don't make literal sense. When you hear words put together in a way that sounds a bit strange or impossible in the real world, that's a big clue. If a song says someone is over the moon, does it mean they are literally floating above the moon? Probably not. This tells you it's likely an idiom. Second, don't be afraid to look things up. If you hear a phrase that confuses you, pause the song or write it down. You can easily search for the phrase online. Many websites explain idioms and give examples. Sometimes, the lyrics websites themselves will offer explanations for common idioms used in the song. This is a great way to quickly learn the meaning. Third, pay close attention to the overall story and feeling of the song. What is the song about? Who is singing? What emotions are they expressing? The context is very important. If a song is about a breakup, and the singer says they are feeling down in the dumps, the context tells you it means they are very sad and unhappy. The music's sad tone will support this. If a song is about achieving a goal and the singer says, "I finally got it," it's a walk in the park. The happy music and the context of success tell you it means it was very easy to achieve. Fourth, use online lyric sites. Many popular song lyrics are available online. Often, these sites will have comments or explanations from other fans who have also wondered about certain phrases. Sometimes, you can find places where people discuss the meaning of lyrics, including idioms. It's like having a whole group of learners helping each other out. Let's look at a couple more examples to really see how this works. Consider the idiom "bite the bullet." If a song is about facing a difficult situation and the lyrics say, "I had to bite the bullet and do it," what do you think it means? The music might be a bit dramatic or serious. The phrase "bite the bullet" suggests something unpleasant, something you have to endure. So, the idiom means to face a difficult or unpleasant situation with courage. The music helps you understand the seriousness and the bravery involved. Or what about "break the ice"? If a song is about meeting someone new or starting a party, and the singer says, "We need to break the ice," the music will likely be light and maybe a bit playful. It means to make people feel more comfortable and relaxed, to start conversations. The music's mood helps you feel that sense of easing tension and starting to connect. By actively listening for and figuring out these colorful phrases, you're not just understanding a song, you're unlocking a deeper level of English fluency. You're learning how native speakers express themselves in a natural, lively way. You're gaining the tools to understand not just the words, but the heart and soul of the music. Now that we've explored how songs help us understand the hidden meanings in phrases, let's look at how they can also improve our pronunciation and make our spoken English sound more natural. Conclusion: we have reached the end of our book about learning English with music. Thank you for being here with me. I hope you had as much fun as I did sharing these songs and ideas. Finishing a book is a good thing, and I am happy you spent your time learning with us. The main idea of Sing Your Way to English is simple and strong. Music and songs make learning English fun and easy. We think learning should not feel like hard work. It can be a happy time with music, singing, and feeling good. Music is a language everyone knows. Our goal was to show you how singing can help you learn. It helps you learn new words, understand common sentences, and speak English better and with more confidence. We used a special way to learn called music-assisted language learning. This means using music and songs to help you learn English. You saw how songs teach you new words. Words are easier to remember when they are in a song. Think about how you remember song words easily. It's the same for English words. Songs often use words that people use every day. They use common sentences and sayings that can be hard to learn from a book. Singing these sentences helps you understand what they mean and how to use them. Singing also helps with how you say words. When you sing along, you copy how people who speak English well say words. You train your ears to hear the right sounds and make your speaking smoother. It's like a fun exercise for your mouth and voice. This makes learning not just nice, but also effective. Music uses different parts of your brain, making learning more active and your memory stronger. It is a way that is both fun and works very well. We did this with different songs, looking at the words and practicing how to say them. All of this was to make learning easy and fun for you. As you finish this book, think about what you have done. You have used English in many ways, by reading, listening, singing, and speaking. Think about the new words you learned, the sentences you now understand, and how more confident you feel saying English words. Every song you sang, every word you figured out, helped you learn. Learning a new language takes effort, and you showed that by finishing this book. Do not forget how good it is to practice often and have fun. You have made great progress. And the best part? You did it while having fun. Having fun is very important for learning for a long time. This book is not the end of your English learning. It is a start. You can use the ideas of learning with music for always. Keep singing the songs from this book. Sing them again and again. The more you sing, the more the English words stay with you. Do not be afraid to find new songs and singers you like. Find music that you enjoy and that fits your English level. Listen closely to the words. Try to understand the story, the feelings, and the English used. Look up words or sentences you do not know. Sing along. Sing as loud as you can, even if you are by yourself. Copy the way words are said and the rhythm. Mix singing with other ways to learn. Watch movies with words on the screen, read simple books, or practice speaking with others. Music can be the fun base for all your learning. Enjoy the process. Some days will be easier than others, but your steady effort, helped by the joy of music, will help you speak English very well. So, keep the music in your heart and the English words on your tongue. The world of English is big and exciting, and with music to help you, you are ready to explore it. Thank you again for learning with me. Happy singing and happy learning!